So it was a real gradual transition from like hobbyist to kind of more professional. I was just making stuff for myself, and then I was making stuff for friends. I don't remember when I actually put a website up. My phone number was 3 Mad Sheep, whatever that is in numbers. We thought that was a pretty cool name for a band, so that was our band name. So I started that as the guitar pedal, effect pedal thing too. It was 3 Mad Sheep pedals. That lasted for one customer because I shipped it probably like the worst pedal you would ever. It's like the nightmare situation if you order something online, that it arrives and it's like held together by duct tape and there's only like one screw on the back, and like it turns off when you turn it upside down and things like that. And the guy wasn't very happy, and so he posted on the forum that I was posting on that this was like junk and you shouldn't buy these. So I started a new company. I was in high school, so I was like 16 or so or something. I changed the name to 3MS because I didn't want the affiliation with 3 Mad Sheep and that one forum post of the guy I sold a pedal with only one screw on the back. It was definitely a learning experience. Like I kind of was like, oh, if I want to do business, it'd be better to do things better quality and take my time and charge more and make people happy than try and do as cheap as possible and like, you know, save one screw, you know, and use tape instead of like proper fasteners and things like that. So this is kind of the history of some of my business ethics.
You were 3MS. When did you become 4MS?
3M paid us to change our name. I was in St. Louis and we got a letter in the mail. Oh, it was right after I had changed from like an Angel Fire or whatever website. I registered a domain name. So I had 3mspedals.com, and 3M sent a letter. I guess they saw the domain registration. Cease and desist, use of our name, you know, trademark. We manufacture audio connectors. People think it's confusing. Like, you know, if you're not freaked out at first, like, oh shit. I asked a friend who was a lawyer, not that kind of lawyer, but he was some kind of lawyer. And he said, oh, you know, big companies, they solve problems with money. So give them a number, ask them for money. So I wrote back and said, I don't believe that any customers could possibly be confused, but I will agree to change the name. You can buy the rights to it for $15,000. And the lawyer was like, no way. Oh, I made up all this stuff like, oh, we're gonna have to print all new media and change all our trade show stuff. No, we didn't go to trade shows. And like, he just cut through, you know, all my BS and was just like, no, none of that's real. We'll give you $58. That's how much it costs to register a name in the state. And then I said, no, 15 grand is where I stand. A year later, different lawyer from 3M sent us a letter. And it's like, I'm wrapping up Oletha Slugs. That was his name, Oletha Suggs. Or I'm wrapping up Oletha Suggs, cases. We need to close this one out. Where were you in negotiations? I said, we were at 15,000. He said, how about 3? I said, how about 4? He said, okay, who do I make the check out to? I was like, oh crap, I can't tell him to make the check out to Dan Green because I was like fronting as this big company. You know, so I said, 4MS? Registered our name, went to the bank and got an account. And then by the time the check got there, we were able to cash it. And that was our first like seed money. So we bought like some scopes and some soldering irons and stuff. Yeah, we were a real business at that point.